Hey everybody, how you doing? The Blessed Driver here. Okay, so I have been thinking about something for a while, and I meant to do this earlier, but basically, and I know it's going to come up with some of you shoppers and things like that, but this particular topic is about, I guess, fraternization and also dealing with grocery store workers and things like that, or store workers. Meaning, should you hang out or date somebody from a particular store that you typically shop at with Instacart? Now that's going to be kind of up to you, but that's a little bit risky. Now, first of all, I will say that we are all independent contractors. Second of all, we are all adults, okay? At least most of the people that shop with Instacart or is at least over 18 or over 21. Um, Third of all, you just have to know your limits, okay? And definitely you need to understand that you're there to shop and for the customer, and that's it. Now, I have encountered some situations and stuff, and not anything bad, but it's kind of like it would make me a little bit nervous, I guess, to um get involved with somebody from one of the grocery stores. Now, of course, you already know that, I wouldn't, I will only, of course, date somebody that's saved, but I just personally do not see anything wrong with two grown people, getting together if they like each other or whatever, because that actually could be your soulmate. That could be somebody that you end up marrying, having kids with, or spending the rest of your life with. I don't know. But to me, it's kind of like hit or miss, and you would have to use wisdom about that, because I know some of these grocery stores that we shop at, some of the workers are very attractive, I know. And so you would have to kind of see if that would be, fitting for you. I personally would not, because it's kind of like you have to do that on your own time. You see what I'm saying? And I think that you would have to know what your limits are and use wisdom in what you say to some people when you're in these stores. Now, there are some stores that I shop at where I'm pretty cool with some of the staff there. And I'm not talking about like where we hang out and stuff like that, but we talk every now and then, or we may text or something every now and then, but it's nothing major. Like we don't be doing nothing like that. But sometimes we talk, on the phone or whatever, but I'm not really close with a whole lot of people, at least not too close. But, excuse me, some of the employees at some of these grocery stores are interested in working for Instacart. So I will give them the information. If they need to call me or text me about whatever regarding that, then yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. But as far as like dating and stuff, I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know, that's to me, that's just a little too, I don't know, too risque, I think. But I'm not saying anything is wrong with it, but just understand that you're shopping at a store that is affiliated with Instacart. And so, you don't want something to go down between you and that person as far as like something negative, or maybe you break up, or maybe you have an issue or something like that. And then they're upset with you about something or whatever, and then you just be happen to shop at the store one day, and then they're still mad at you about whatever, and then they try to report you to Instacart, or to try to humiliate you or just aggravate you while you're in the store. I mean, there are some things that could happen. There's some pros and cons to that, but at the same time, that's going to be totally up to you because you're an adult and things like that. But I mean, like I said, I've encountered some stuff, and so I'm just kind of careful about that. I'm not saying that I never will or I will, but I'm very watchful about that. And definitely, like, even when I'm in the grocery stores, I conduct myself in a professional manner. But at the same time, I like to have fun, especially with some of the staff. Like me and some of the staff are like real tight. And so, we crack jokes, we laugh, we have a good time, I mean, we don't go out or anything, but I'm just saying, we just, I just like to have some fun sometimes. And, I don't always be so stern and strict. I mean, I know it may seem like that in my videos, but no, not all the time I'm not. And so, I just like to, just to be chill, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I still remind myself that they are, they're the company that is affiliated or a partner with Instacart. And so I want to make sure that I'm always professional at all times. And I'm saying if this hasn't happened, but if I do decide to hang out with maybe one of the staff members, maybe go out for a bite to eat or some coffee or something. I'm not just talking about the opposite sex. I'm just talking about like hanging out with like a friend, or maybe a female says, hey, do you want to go to church with me, or maybe do you want to go to the movies, or do you want to go to the mall or something? It could just be something friendly. So I'm not going to automatically assume that it's something negative. However, I'm still looking at the fact that I have to see that person often. when I do come in there to shop, and honestly, it's kind of like working with a coworker. Even though you're not actually working in the grocery store, you're still working for a company that is partnered with the grocery store. You see what I'm saying? And so, you just have to use wisdom. You feel me? And okay, for instance, like say suppose if you are interested in a staff member at one of the grocery stores that you shop at, whether I don't know, there's so many stores that Instacart is partnered with, so I can't say. I'm just guessing, like maybe a Costco or a Publix or a Target or Sur La Table. I don't know if they're with Wedgman's or not, or Schnucks, whatever store it is that you go to, and maybe there's a person there that you like, or maybe that likes you, and what do you do if they're hitting on you, or if they're flirting with you, or if they're like you? Now, you need to differentiate. Okay, are they trying to hit on me because they're just trying to be flirtatious, or they like me? And if this is a person that you're interested in, use wisdom. I can't tell y'all what to do. I don't know. However, you need to do what you feel is best. And so if this is someone that you like, then do what you think is best for yourself, and whatever. But you're an adult. Like I said, everybody here, we're all adults and stuff like that. And I don't feel like Instacart should be so controlling. And I'm sure they're not going to do anything, but to where you can't date somebody, and what I'm saying, with the company that you work. Because the reason why I say that is because one of the shoppers I know, he is so cool. He's a very sweet guy. One of the shoppers I know, he's actually married to a lady that works at Publix. So, they've been married way before he even started Instacart, but I'm just saying they're married. So, that's not going to stop him from, communicating with his wife when he comes in the shop. You see what I'm saying? So, you just have to know what you're doing. And so I can't really say, but I know it does happen. And, of course, get some guys that be trying to flirt and stuff like that, but I'm always professional. And so I don't project myself that way. Like, okay, yeah, sure, but if I'm interested, and if it's something that I want to do, then that's going to be up to me. You feel what I'm saying? However, like, I have noticed that even some of these, like some managers, I can differentiate if they're flirting or if they're being, nice, because some stores, they're very nice. And like, I love that. They have great customer service. But I know like some of these guys are married, and I'm not going to go down like that. I've even encountered, some women who are in an alternative lifestyle, meaning like they're gay, they're lesbians. And so, I get the occasional hit on and stuff like that, but I'm not rude to them. I don't treat them any kind of way just because they're attracted to the same sex. I'm so friendly. You feel what I'm saying? And so I don't treat people differently because, of course, I'm Christian and stuff, but that's not going to like stop me from being nice or being somebody's friend because they're attracted to the same sex. However, I'm very, how can I say this? Like, I'm really professional. Like when I encounter people like that, because I don't want them to think, oh yeah, they have a chance. Because I have gotten that before. I'm telling you, I've gotten that even from customers. And it's also something to think about. What do you do if a customer likes you? And it's human nature. Like, you might be attracted to a customer that you're dropping off groceries for frequently. You know what I'm saying? But there has been a customer where I told Instacart I'm not going back there. For one thing, the guy's married, and the customer was, I think she was new. Or I think it was like her first or second order at one point. I only met her once. But, actually I met her once or twice. And I haven't seen her since, but I only start delivering to her husband. And I noticed that, he would make like little condescending remarks and stuff, like whenever I come there. But I just ignored it, because, it's nothing bad, but it's just, like little slick remarks, and nothing sexual or anything like that, but just being funny. And so, and then after a while, like, he would just be real flirtatious with me. He would get too close to me and kind of bump up against me and, make little jokes and stuff like that. And, I just kind of like blew it off. And then this last time he did something, well, actually like 2 deliveries before that, I went to his house because I delivered to him, and, I thought nothing of it. So, but when I delivered, it was something. He asked me about some meat or something. And, but he never said anything to me in the app, but, I scanned his meat from the deli department. When I delivered to him, he basically said to me that, basically, it was basically something like he knew a shopper who helped him get, bigger slices or whatever. So I gave him the meat. I said, I had got the biggest ones that were there because they only had like, I think 2 that would just, cause it was like 2 that were available because the store just opened. And he said something like, well, it's better when it's big, something like that. But, he was trying to be funny, like implying, certain things are big, if you know what I mean. And so I just kind of laughed it off. I ignored it. And I'm thinking, I know this guy ain't trying me. because he said something weird before, but I was like, okay, but not to that extent. And then this time that I delivered to him, this was not too long ago, really nice guy, but just some of the things he was saying, and that's when I put two and two together. So I was like, I told Instacart I didn't feel comfortable going back there anymore, because it's, for one thing, the guy's still married. I haven't seen his wife in a long time, but that's none of my business. She could be at work. It could be anything. And so, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. And, who's to say if, like, you turn them down and say, you know what, stop it. Don't do that to me no more. And then they go back and lie and say, oh yeah, this person, Instacart, they're weird about that, but I reported that. And so anytime you feel uncomfortable, as far as with customers, if you think that a person is maybe sexually harassing you, or if you feel like that they won't leave you alone, then I would report it to Instacart and let them know what's going on. So that way, if something ever goes down, they have it in your record. You see what I'm saying? Same thing goes with some of these grocery store workers. If you feel like you're being sexually harassed, if you feel like you're being bullied, say something. At least call, or I would say email first. And then, do whatever. But as far as hanging out and doing whatever, just use wisdom, and try to do it when you're off the clock from Instacart. I'm saying if you decide to go out on a date or get somebody's phone number, or they give you their phone number, like whatever, try to do whatever you do off the clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not give anybody my phone number, like, while I'm in the store. Like, if they decide to give me their number, and if I'm interested, if I do decide to do that, then I will get their number first. You see what I'm saying? And then after I'm off my, shift from Instacart or something, then I might reach out or something. You see what I'm saying? But I wouldn't do that, like, while I'm actually on the clock with Instacart, because I'm still working. And so, I'm not trying to say like I'm all paranoid, but I just want to be safe, And there's this one girl I saw in one of the groups, and she posted that she got deactivated because a customer said that she did something inappropriate, or said something inappropriate, but she never did. And so when Instacart, and so she asked Instacart, well, what did I do? What did I say? I didn't do anything. And Instacart couldn't find anything because the customer lied on her, and so they had reactivated her account. You see, it's stuff like that. So I'm very cautious of that. And so even if a customer makes an inappropriate comment or says something out of the way, I would make sure that you document that immediately. Like, once you drive off and get to a safe place in a parking lot or whatever, I would email Instacart right away and let them know. If you guys do encounter that and it makes you feel uncomfortable, say something immediately. Don't wait, because they can always go back and lie. Like, especially if you reject people. We got people that hate rejection, and so they operate in revenge if whether it's a man or a woman. And I have encountered that, like, not only with associates but also with customers. Like, I have encountered some female, like, customers who were gay, very obvious and stuff, but and they're trying to hit on me, and I've even gotten very large tips from some of them, but I would never exploit that. But at the same time, I just don't think that, to me, it's like nothing for me to worry about, because some people, that's what they like. I can't say I agree with it, because I don't, but at the same time, that's their preference. You see what I'm saying? And so but I know my boundaries. Like, I wouldn't go that route. However, you feel what I'm saying? But I know what I know. I hope that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? So I just think that use wisdom and just be mindful of what you say and what you do. If you are interested, or if they're interested, I wouldn't go to a manager or go to a staff member and say, hey, you want to go out sometime? You feel what I'm saying? Don't do that. I can't tell you what to do. You're grown, but just be careful. And just like, you may find some of these store associates attractive. Some of these stores have some very good looking people, but they may find you attractive too. You just never know. And so you just got to use wisdom. And I'm sure that some of these store clerks, I know they do. I'm telling y'all they do. I know they probably might think you're handsome, or you're very pretty or whatever, or they're attracted to you. But being that they work in this grocery store, or in the store itself, or like wherever it is, they might be nervous about approaching you, because they might be afraid that you might say something to the corporate office or Instacart or Shipt or whatever, and they might get fired or get reprimanded or something. So it's kind of hit or miss with them too. So they might like you too, but they might be afraid to get fired. You feel what I'm saying? So there has to be a certain type of a level of professionalism on both parts, but also use wisdom. And so that's the best advice I can give y'all. I don't know why I felt led to share this video, but I just feel led to say that. Just use wisdom. Just for me, I'll pray about it, but just I don't know, just think about it before you do it. And so, and maybe you guys are already talking to somebody from the store. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I get my fair share of, guys that be trying to, whatever, but I just don't pay it any mind. Like, if it becomes a problem, then yeah, I'll say something. But I don't flirt back. I don't be like, ooh, stuff like, I don't do that. At the same time, you don't know who God will put before you. It could be your husband, it could be your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So I'm not gonna say yay or nay, but just do what you think is best. However, I'm gonna say it again, use wisdom. And so don't go out there on a limb and then something happen and then you get in trouble with Instacart. So at the same time, you're grown, you're an adult, but just be wise in your choices, be wise in what you say, be wise in your approach, and even just keep your discernment up, and even how people approach you, because you definitely don't know if people are trying to set you up. You don't know, but at the same time, you never know who your mate could be. It could just be somebody that's a great friend that you can hang out with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about dating. I'm talking about like a good friend. That person can end up being your best friend. And so there's been some grocery store workers who actually were interested in working with Instacart. And so I had helped them out. I told them what to do. I gave them information. And so it's up to you. I mean, if you feel like that person would be a great person to hang out with, whether, it's the opposite sex or whatever, the same sex or whatever. I'm not just talking about dating. I'm talking about like a friend, like females. Females would like to hang out with other females, would talk, would like to get on the phone and just talk, or, go to the movies, or, go shopping, like whatever, that's what you do. Guys, you guys like to go out to, to games and movies and maybe go have a beer or something. I mean, that's what guys do. But and I'm sure you can have some great friendships. And I'm not saying like I'm good friends with any people at any stores, but I'm pretty tight with some of them. Like, we don't hang out, but there might be some texting going on every now and then if they need help. But it's been majorly about Instacart, or if they need help with I don't know, getting a job or whatever. But I just try to keep it professional as much as I can. But I do help them, especially once they've gotten a job with Instacart or gotten a board. I do help them out. So I don't know. I hope that helps you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, send me an email or comment below. And don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. God bless y'all.